Right when I started the live stream, there's somebody going, and they were doing that right before I started the live stream too. And my sync was syncing again yesterday, I think. My sink in my kitchen was dribbling synced again. It was doing it a few days before that, like a week before that or something. And then my one neighbor, I haven't heard him in a long time, for like a week straight or something. And then yesterday, I heard him coughing again, synced. I think it was yesterday, or the day before that. He was coughing synced for like a few minutes, and then I haven't heard him again since then either. But like usually he's syncing on me multiple times a day. So I don't know if he's not home or if he's just not syncing on me. Uh, um, the last two videos I did today, I made a bunch of predictions on the videos, and then they happened exactly like I said they were gonna happen. Like I'm like, this car's lights are gonna turn off right when I walk up to the street, and then it does, and it's right at the curb. And like a bunch of things like that are happening on those last two videos. So how is this possible for me to make all these predictions? And then I see this a lot, and I've seen this a lot lately. There's two things I've been seeing a lot lately, which is one of them is people will just be standing there, and then they'll be standing either by their car or like in front of a door of a building. Like they'll just walk up to a door of a building or their car door, and then they'll just stand there and they'll stare at their phone, or just stand there and just stare straight ahead or whatever. And they'll just be standing there for a little bit, and then they'll open the door right as the car drives by, or right at some synced up moment. Like they'll just be standing there for no reason, and then they'll open the door right at a synced up moment. I've been seeing a lot of that lately, and then I've been seeing a lot of cars that like they're driving toward me on the street that I'm going up, and then they'll just like it'll be two cars driving toward me, and they'll both turn at the same time, like at two different intersections or like parking lots or whatever. They'll both turn off of the street at the same time as each other, on the same street. Been seeing a lot of that lately. There was a siren a little bit ago. There was a train horn this morning. There's a train horn, I think yesterday morning or one of those days. And I think just those 2 days though. But like sometimes there'll be a train horn every morning. Like there'll just be a period of time where there's a train horn every morning for like a week and a half straight or whatever. Like, things will just come and go. Like I said, like my neighbor, and just whatever, the train horn, planes. I haven't seen any planes in a few days. That one video I did today, the second video I did today was a bunch of cop cars synced up, and the cops syncing up when I walk by a police station. And the state trooper. And it's just synced hardy, man. And the birds were syncing up this morning, I think it was this morning, outside my apartment window. It'll just be quiet in here, and then I'll do something, and then birds will start chirping outside. And then I'll look out the window, and the birds will be chirping, synced with the cars driving by. And then they'll fly around, synced with the cars driving by. And then there'll be a bug flying in the window, synced with the cars driving by, synced with the birds. And then it'll be whatever else. A red shirt synced with a cat and a bird. I don't think I've seen any synced cats lately. They'll be back, bro. I haven't been recording as much. I've just been trying to ignore them mostly and just like tune them out. I think I handle it pretty good these days. But still fucking annoying, though. No, it's schizophrenia. It's not apophenia. I thought it was schizophrenia. Make up your mind. So how was on the last video I was able to make a bunch of predictions, and then they happened like exactly like I said on the last two videos. And then it's just all red and blue cars, and then white cars, and then black and silver cars, and then red and blue cars, and then black and silver cars, and then white cars, and then red and blue cars, and then black and silver cars. The entire last video was that. And then two tan cars, and then two green cars. And then I made a bunch of predictions that happened exactly like I said them. And then everything was synced the entire video. Oh yeah, and then the other day I was seeing 86 a lot. Like I always see 86 a lot, but I was seeing a lot of 86 plates. Like everybody had an 86 plate the other day. Not everybody, but I was seeing them a lot at synced up moments. You wait for things you see around you that are about to happen and you act like you predicted it. No, I walk up the sidewalk and people open car doors next to me and I see that they're about to open the car door next to me and they're staring at me as they're about to open it. And I'm like, oh, here we go. They're going to open it right next to me. And then they do, right as I walk by them, which I just happen to be walking up the sidewalk. I'm not standing there and waiting for them to park and then running by their car as they open the door. Am I? They look because you have your phone pointed at them. They look when I don't have my phone pointed at them. Just admit it, bro. You're stalkered up. Why can't you just admit it? You have made the definition of sync so broad that it is self fulfilling. No, I have not. 2 plus 2 equals 4. And then I've said this a few times, but this light flicker synced. And the light in the other room flicker synced. And I don't know if there's anything new to report. It's pretty much the same old shit. Just engine sounds outside. Sirens outside, people walking by in the hallway a bunch of times, people opening and closing doors synced, people going synced, people talking through the walls synced. People outside synced, yelling, going, "Whoa!" It's all random, dude. You create the sync in your mind. If it's all random, then why is it not? Because if it was all random, then it would all be random. But it's not. So how is it? Because it's not. That doesn't make any sense. And then the other day, yesterday, I saw uh, two yellow semis meeting each other at the intersection. I think I'll see two tan semis, or I'll see a tan semi and a tan car, or I'll see a red semi and a blue car. Or I'll see a red motorcycle and a red car, or a red motorcycle and a blue car, or a red motorcycle with a blue shirt syncing with a blue car with a red shirt, or a blue truck with the red car on the trailer syncing with the red car, or whatever. Oh, randomly, not randomly, see these very strategically synced, not random things that can't possibly be random. Because I'll see them over and over all day, every day. It's like that last video. bunch of red and blue cars, and then there's more red and blue cars sinking with the red and blue cars that were sinking. And every cop was synced. And it was a lot of cops on the last video. And every one of them was synced. And the entire and the other video I did the other night, there was a bunch of cops on it. The entire police force is just driving around synced. The entire pig pen is driving around synced. And doing sync things next to me and sitting on the side of the street and then driving off synced. From that last video, there's just a cop sitting on the side of the street and then he just drives off when I walk by him. They just sit on the side of the street and stick their dick in a donut hole and then drive off synced. My refrigerator just turned on when I sat down. Last night, these sinkheads drove by me and they're like, "Woo!" Oh. See if there's any sinkheads outside my window right now. Is there any sinkheads outside my window? I know there is. It's only 8:36. see. I saw a car driving by when I walked up to the window. I think it was a sinkhead. I don't see anything since then, though. There's nothing happening out here. Not yet. There's a white car. It didn't sink, I don't think. There's another car. It drove out right when I was talking, and it seemed to sink with me talking. I don't know. It's pretty chill out here, actually. I thought there was gonna be sinks. I mean, I'm sure they're coming in about 10 seconds. Oh, I saw two sink cars sinked. Just saw two sink cars. Nothing in. And then here comes cars. And they are synced. And then there's more of them, and they are synced. And they are synced. And there's a car driving by me. And he's synced with the other car in the background. And then he syncs with another car when he gets to the street. But yeah, I haven't seen any planes in a few days. There's a bunch of planes like flying over my apartment last week. There's other sinkheads driving by. There's one parking in the parking lot. But I'm gonna close my blinds up. Fuck the sinkheads. But what else? What else, man? I know there's other things else, but I don't know what else. Don't know which else, but there is another, I'm sure. They just be making, engine sounds. The garbage truck making slammy sounds. Unloading trailers making slammy sounds. People going, what? Oh yeah, and then those people on that trailer thing today, which is usually the pedal bus thing, like they're all pedaling it. But today they didn't have those. They had the ones that were being pulled by a truck. I don't know if it's the same people or whatever, but I don't know. But they were like talking synced when I walked by him. They were like, and there's people in the bus trailer thing already, and then there's other people walking up to it when I walk by it, and they're all like talking sync when I walk by, and then they're like over by the intersection, and when I walk up to the intersection, they're all like someone said some joke or whatever, and then they're all laughing when I walk up to the intersection. They're just like, oh, and then they're just always yelling synced on those things every time. And they were doing that when I was recording that last video. And they're usually the pedal bus things, like I said. They're just all pedaling it, and they're going up the street really slow. And they're always yelling synced on those things, and they were doing it on those things today when they were being pulled by the truck. Like, I'll hear them all the way up the street, like all the way up the block or whatever. I'll hear them, like as I'm walking up, I'll hear them yelling synced, and then they'll be doing it when I walk by them. And then the one day the girl got in there, and I was walking around with my gang stalking is a crime against humanity sign, and she's like, "Whoa, gang stalking is a crime, 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 woo!" And they have those things every weekend. They're always rolling around every weekend. And they'll always be meeting me sync too. That's the craziest part, is they'll be pedaling. Like they're rolling really slow up the street, and somehow they'll meet me synced. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like every time they'll meet me synced. It's fucking weird. And I don't know how many times I've caught that on camera, but I've seen them a bunch of times off camera meeting me synced. I know that for sure. So you can believe me or not, but every time my sync just dribbled right now. Every time they're meeting me synced on the pedal bus. And any type of bus is meeting me synced every time. And a bunch of other things meeting me synced every time. And the cops are synced every time. And it's on video every time. And it's every time. And it's synced every time. And it's always synced every time.